democracy in North Africa's Arab countries came after the world watched millions take to the streets. People power shifted from hardline strongman rule to a democratic government in Egypt, Algeria, and Tunisia. Now, barely a year after a democratically elected government took the reins of power in Egypt, it has been removed after another popular revolt. Arab Spring 2, they're calling it. This one with military support that deposed an elected but hugely unpopular leader and his supporters. In Tunisia, the birthplace of the Arab Spring, violence too has returned to the streets. Deep-seated problems are pushing an inexperienced conservative Islamist government to its breaking point. Tunisia was the first Arab state to overthrow an autocratic ruler in 2011. However, there has been a growing divide between the fundamentalist Islamist and the local secular movements since then. Attempting to capitalize on the Egyptian momentum, a group of opposition activists has announced the launch of a Tunisian version of Egypt's rebellion, which was pivotal in focusing forces to oppose and bring down President Morsi. The same people who took part in the revolution to oust President Zine bin Abdi bin Ali in 2011 accused the moderate Islamic government's party of Ennahda of trying to reverse basic freedoms and failing to end an economic crisis. But to a lesser role, the military in Tunisia makes it unlikely leaders there will be ousted. And also, the conservative Ennahda party seems to have grasped that democracy is not a winner-take-all game. It is consensus in order to rule. In diverse societies, the victors can learn to share power, or else face falling into conflict and chaos. Ennahda leader Connexxions said in a speech last month, more worrisome in Algeria. In 1992, the Algerian army intervened to stop the Islamic Salvation Front from winning the country's first multi-party general elections. Then, the military annulled the second round of the elections and put in place its own government. The civil war has been going on ever since. Memories of a bloody black decade still haunt Algerians who are just recovering from it. But the latest Egyptian developments indicate that the politics of the Arab Spring countries is still evolving. The situation is fluid, but Tunisia has shown that power sharing and the protection of minorities, of Catholics, Protestants, as well as Jewish minorities, can focus on developing the economy for the majority. The Arab Spring people power itself showed democracy and reform takes time. From our own example, Filipinos know after change comes hard work. And democracy involves more than elections or protests or taking to the streets, but people working in partnership with government to ensure a nation's success. For Good Morning Boss, Mike Cohen for PTV News.